So, with that, I invite our first presenter today, JA Solar's Senior Technical Sales Engineer, Francesco Liuzza. Welcome to TaiyangNews, Francesco. You may please share your presentation.
Thank you, everyone. Welcome everyone to this webinar, and thank you to TaiyangNews for this continuous update on PV industry. I'm going to share my presentation. Okay, can you see it? Now it's in presentation mode. Can you see it properly?
Yes, all good.
Very well. Thank you, everyone. I'm Francesco Liuzza. I'm Senior Technical Manager in JA Solar, and I'm going to show you the latest innovative PV application from JA Solar. My presentation is divided in three sections, a brief description of our innovation path, and then JA Solar multi-scenario application solutions, and then I will show you three specific solutions proposed by JA Solar during the last month, and I will give you the latest update from our side. JA Solar, a brief introduction on the company. JA Solar is one of the top 3 PV producers all over the world, 19 years old in the market, more than 50,000 employees. We reached the 14% of global market share last year, and we reached an impressive volume of 224 gigawatt of cumulative shipments all over the world. We are serving now more than 165 countries and regions, and we are Tier 1 listed in Bloomberg. But what JA is doing right now is that JA is investing on the vertical integration of their capacity, and especially JA is one of the most balanced company in terms of models production. We can control our quality starting from our ingot production, and our capacity, as you can see, is now reaching more than 100 giga per year for ingot, for wafers, then for cells, and up to 110 gigawatt for modules. It means that we have a profound knowledge of PV technology, of raw materials. We are investing in terms of R&D on new advanced materials that JA is also branding them. Then we can control our product quality, cost, and global capacity. Our manufacturers' bases are mainly placed in China, Vietnam, and US starting from this year. But what JA is doing right now is leading the N-type TOPCon era. We own the patent for the TOPCon solution, and TOPCon technologies now reaching a very high level of reliability and efficiency. As we can see here, I want to show you what was our path in terms of cell efficiency for our TOPCon and DeepBlue 4.0 Pro series. We started in 2022 with an efficiency of around 25%, and according to several improvements and several releases during the last 2 years, we are now able to reach a mass production efficiency for cells up to 26.5%. And we have rumors to increase, also adopting new technologies like zero bus bar, the efficiency by the end of this year and beginning next year up to 27%. It's a very exciting period right now. If we look at the past, we started with 300 watts modules peak power, and now we are delivering to the market solutions up to 650 watts based on the 182 M10 standards. And up to this year, we are introducing our monofacial N-type TOPCons, and we will keep them together with the bifacial versions with a zero bus bar. That is a new technologies that can reduce silver paste rate, and it will be coupled with low stress in wafers. In terms of product portfolio, I'm not going to list here our product name, but we are able to produce different formats for our DeepBlue 4.0 Pro. That is our latest generation for N-type TopCon models, starting for 445 up to 650 watts in different formats. And our modulus efficiency is now reaching 23.3 modulus efficiency. But what is now JA facing as PV, one of the biggest PV producers, is that models are now adopted in different scenarios, and reliability and quality of models should be evaluated according to the environment conditions. That's why JA started at the beginning at R&D level, and now on mass production. It's focusing on releasing optimized model with specific bill of material to provide more reliable product solutions in different environments. Here we have an overview of different conditions in ocean lake. So we are talking about floating and offshore PV plants in desert, where dry and hot are the harshest conditions, on plateau at high altitude with high snow loads, extreme cold regions, and humidity hot regions. We are performing right now several tests on field, and especially on specific bill of materials that we are now designing for the specific environments. And as you can see on the bottom of this slide, we are equipping our models with specific materials and with specific improvement on for example, glasses, frame. For floating projects, we are now releasing 2 series. Then I will give you more details in the other slides. With the high weather resistance, double layer coated glass in the front and the back, waterproof junction box and connectors, and we are also equipping our models with polyurethane frames. In different scenarios like dry and hot in desert, we are using special encapsulants and backsheets. We are keeping models with dust plugs. We are using a high load resistant frame. And so basically we are improving our standard production with specific BOMs that customer can evaluate, and the reliability and the quality of these new products that we are gradually releasing are proved by specific test sequence that we performed on our models. So salt mist, damp pit, PID, mechanical and dynamical mechanical load test, UV. So all these tests, and we performed several sequences according to different standards. Our DeepBlue 4 Pro performs exceptionally in various rigorous tests. As you can see here, we are reaching very low power degradation compared to the IC standards. This effort that we put in the bill of material can be now, applied to different scenarios. I'm going to show you 3 solutions that we developed during the last month, especially the offshore PV models. You know that floating projects or even models on close to seaside coast are exposed to a very complex marine environment. So we are facing seawater, sea ice, sea wind, waves, hail, ultraviolet, and also allobios in terms of co-presence with specific humid environments. So these are challenge that was the base of our R&D work at the beginning. Was focused on the improvement of every components of our PV models, especially for salt and mist that can cause edging and corrosion on frame, glass, and connectors, the effect of ultraviolet rays that can lead to deterioration in sealing and light transmission, to structure damages on encapsulating adhesive films and glass. Risk of leakage in cables, connectors, and junction boxes, high load due to the combined effect of winds and vibration, and humidity above all that can lead to an increase in potential induced degradation. That's why JA at the beginning of this year released two new versions. One is the Sky Blue, so we have two steps of improved models for offshore and floating projects that can be. They are ready for mass production since now many months, and we are delivering the first orders right now. The Sky Blue is equipped with a double layer coated glass in order to protect models from moisture and salt mist. We are using spatial encapsulants able to resist to moisture and UV. We are keeping models with MC4 connectors with waterproof plugs in order to protect the models during the installation process. And our frame are produced with high thickness oxide film. And this is the first step. So what we did at the beginning with the Sky Blue is the definition of a specific BOM that can be applied on mainly on floating projects on sea, on fresh water, or on projects close to the sea. We call this application also pile mounted. It means that the models are not in direct contact with the seawater. And then we can guarantee our warranty according to this specific BOM. Then the Ocean Blue, that is the very high resistant model that we are now defining for floating projects on sea environments, where our glasses on front and back are equipped with highly weather resistant double layer coated glass with polyurethane frame, and we have a patent design for this polyurethane frame in order to resist to high strain and high insulation. Junction box, new design with an higher waterproofing rate and anti-aging, and specific sealant with high water resistant properties. As we can see, especially for seawater infiltration that can cause the precipitation in sodium and calcium, the glass is most exposed to the seaside and the sea effect and the marine effect. The high weather resistant double layer coated glass can resist and can have lower losses in terms of transmitters and can reach better performance in terms of transmittance degradation, as you can see here. And our offshore models also passed the TUV Nord offshore model sequence that is applied to specific equipments on offshore applications, not only PV models, but for PV models. We passed this special sequence, as you can see, salt mist, hotspot, and dynamic mechanical load, PID, combined with positive and negative bias voltage, damp heat, thermal cycling. So the results of our offshore models, especially the Ocean Blue, reach a very high reliability, and you can also ask us the reports of these tests. Another interesting scenarios that is, more related to the rooftops that I'm going to present now is related to residential and commercial industrial application on rooftops, where the challenge are the dust, the heavy snow, and mainly the lack of maintenance. So the dust that can stay on the lower part of the models are created by the step on the frame due to the black flow water. Dust will lead for sure to problems like yield reduction for shedding, high risk of hotspot, and high cost for cleaning after some time. This is a frequent issue that we know from the past, and we are trying to solve with this spatial patent on our frame design. We called anti-dust design. Our short frame profile is now equipped with the drainage holes, and you can see how the dust discharge principle diagram is working. So the water can flow out from the holes and take out the dust and all the deposit on the models. It means that we are now releasing a very easy method to drain out the dust with high reliability in terms of load strength, because we are not changing the global profile of our frame. Is very convenient to manufacture. So we are now thinking if we should increase the cost, but for sure we can evaluate to keep our standard models with this drainage holes and with this patent frame in order to protect and to increase the yield production of our models in rooftop applications. And this self-cleaning effect in terms of production and yield is proved in some tests that we perform in our bases in Jiangsu and Shanghai, reported by TÜV Nord. As you can see, the anti-dust models design and the self-cleaning process can increase up to 3-4% the models generation. Another application that is now very required in Europe is the anti-glare models. As you know, there are applications close to airports, freeways, highways, and railways, where anti-glare local regulation are applied, especially in aviation sites. The glare of glasses in models, even if they are basically in the standard models equipped with anti-reflective coated glass, the glare can cause a reflection of strong outdoor light and can have an impact on eyes and causes eyes discomfort. This flickering and glare can cause unwanted visual impact and also distraction, flash blindness, and retinal burns. That's why JA, in order to be able to deliver to the market anti-glare solutions, made a lot of effort in order to select the right glasses with anti-glare properties. And as you can see, the pattern of conventional single glass surface on the left and the double embossed glass surface on the right. So this surface roughness with this concave and convex arcs can disperse the reflected light, and the brightness of the reflected light is reduced. We also perform a third-party test indoor in order to evaluate the anti-glare effect in our models, in order to be able to report the right parameters to be introduced in the software simulations. So we conducted tests indoor for luminance and reflectancy, outdoor in different angle condition. And now we are able to release to the market, basically all our models can be equipped with anti-glare glasses, and we have full third-party reflectance test reports and indoor and outdoor luminance test report that our customer can ask us, and we can share and we can support them in the design of anti-glare application that we think should be a new standard especially in the European market. Thank you, and that's all from my presentation.
Thank you so much. That was a very nice presentation. Quick question, if I may ask.
Yes, sure, Anu.
Yeah. So you shared that the various modules that JA Solar is rolling out for these various newer applications. So can you share how strong is the demand for these modules, for these special applications? I mean, can you say how much they are contributing to your overall manufacturing and shipments?
I think all these new applications are quite new in terms of presence in the market. We released the offshore models at the beginning of this year, and we are now releasing the first project after, the presentation of the solutions, and we are receiving very good feedback from the market, especially when the product warranty, the performance warranty, should be validated in extreme condition. So this is one of the big requests from our customer. And we think that the offshore for floating seaside coast applications will increase a lot during the next years. That's why we are ready with our portfolio. And for the anti-dust, I think it's a simple improvement on rooftop application. So we think that this could be a new standard in the future for all the rooftop application, especially when you are designing them in portrait. So then you can properly use the drainage effect. And for the anti-glare, even if the market share is not so big, these are sensitive areas where local plants close to airports or freeways are now in the public investigation. So I think there will be more opportunities in the future.
Okay, that's interesting. So thank you so much, Francesco.
Thank you.
We'll meet again in the panel. So before that, I request you to please join the chat room because there are some questions there for you. If you can please.
I will reply. Thank you.
Thank you so much.